Good morning, everyone. It's Sal, Stretford Post. How you all doing? And welcome to another episode of Breaking Dawn. I hope everyone's doing good. I hope you're all doing fine, guys. This lovely morning, guys. I'm tired, but you know what? We're here, guys. It's the last few days of the transfer window, guys. We're going to get straight into that very, very soon, guys. But please, before I start, please don't forget to smash a like on the video and also subscribe if you're new, guys. Stop hiding in the shadows. Smash a like. Subscribe. You might like what you see, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. Let's get straight into it, guys. We got news about Sancho. We got news about Rasmus Højlund, Garnacho. Goodness me, we got news about Anthony as well. Zonal Lammens. And we also got news about Stiller and Baleba, guys. There's a lot of things that is going to be going on this week. It's going to be hard to keep up. It really is. Man United have got a lot of work to do. Now, the biggest fear that we had before we entered this window was that we didn't want to leave it until the last minute. We didn't want to leave it until, you know, the last day of the transfer window. But it is what it is. We have what we have, and we hope we can get the deals in and out before the transfer window is over. Now, the silence is deafening for some people, but I do believe it is radio silence. I do believe things are going on behind the scenes, guys. I do believe that hopefully we're keeping very, very busy because we've got a lot of things to do, guys. I'll start off with Zonal Lammens. Zonal Lammens is literally imminent. It could be now. It could be in a few hours. It could be later on tonight. It could be tomorrow. That deal is imminent. That deal will happen. Zonal Lammens is going to be a Manchester United player, barring something miraculous. He will be a Manchester United player. Rest assured, he will be. What does that mean for Onana? Onana was dropped at the weekend again. It doesn't look good for Onana. How can we expect Onana to stay at this football club when he's on the bench and Zonal Lammens is coming in? I don't think Zonal Lammens is going to be a third choice goalkeeper. Zonal Lammens will most likely be the first choice goalkeeper, especially if Onana is surplus to requirements, guys. So Zonal Lammens is imminent. We're waiting for the here we go. It could be whilst we're online. That's happened before, guys. We all know that. It could be whilst we're online. It could be tomorrow. Listen, guys, it needs to be as quickly as possible so Manchester United can move on to that midfield position, which we so dearly crave, guys. Absolutely crave. Now, what I would say in regards to the midfield position, Man United is still interested in a number of midfielders, a lot of them that we've mentioned already. And the players that we've mentioned, hopefully Man United could strike a deal with one of those players. Who are those players? Angelo Stiller, Lamine Camara, Lucien Agume, Baleba still on the radar, guys. Javi Guerra, Yuri Giza from Athletic Bilbao. There is a few players there. Now, who's high on the list of the transfer targets? I would say Angelo Stiller is very high on the list. Baleba is still highly admired by Man United. Of course, got €115 release clause, or not a release clause, but fee on his head, which Man United have sort of went, oh. But don't be surprised if Man United come in with another bid for him. Don't be surprised if that happens. We could come in with another bid for Mr. Baleba. That would be brilliant, wouldn't it? You know, and if we can get that player through the door, which is so dearly, dearly needed. Although, I would say, however, no matter what midfielder we sign, it's not going to work with Bruno because Bruno's not a midfielder. Bruno plays number 10 or nothing else, in my opinion, no matter who we sign. But transfer news coming in thick and fast. A few days to go, guys. Literally, Sunday is the last day, guys. It's getting precarious. It's getting very edgy, isn't it, at the end of the day? If we're going to get these deals done, we need to get these deals done. I mean, not least with the players out. Obviously, we got Sancho, Rasmus, Anthony, Garnacho, Malacia. We got a lot of players there that need to lead the football club, guys. No one wants Malacia. So Malacia, is he part of the bomb squad? I don't know. Or is he just cleaning boots? I don't know, guys. What I would say is that Rasmus Højlund looks like he will leave the football club. He will go to Napoli on loan, guys. Talks continue today. Of course, the talks are very difficult. Rasmus Højlund is reluctant to leave Manchester United, but a loan deal might be attracted to him with an obligation to buy. And plus, Napoli will be paying Manchester United a straight-up fee for Rasmus, which will be good, obviously, for us going forward. So, again, getting these deals done quickly only helps us, of course. Now, guys, a little bit about Bruno and Saudi Arabia. In regards to Bruno, this thing is not over. Bruno has had permission, as I said yesterday, to lead the football club if he wishes to do so. Now, Manchester United and Jim Ratcliffe have spoken to Bruno in regards to leaving the football club. saying that, you know what, I think it's best for all parties that he leaves. Now, Bruno had a terrible opening 2 games. He had a terrible game in the Europa League final, which cost us. He gave away the ball there. He gave away the ball against Arsenal, and he missed a penalty and was petulant against Fulham. Let's not defend that at the end of the day. Now, look, Bruno's a great player, has been a great player for Man United, but sometimes we need to know when to move on and not be so attached to players. Now, the Saudi Arabian window closes in September. It does not close on the end of this month. It closes mid-September on the 15th, 12th to the 15th of September. The Saudi Arabian window closes. So we could quite possibly still sell Mr. Bruno Fernandes. Will it happen? Law of averages? Probably not, because we're so late in the transfer window and Man United don't have time to replace him. Although Kobe Mainoo, rumoured to be leaving Manchester United. Lots, obviously, Mr. Crooks. He is a crook. And I called it yesterday about the manipulation in regards to the media, that they're trying to plant seeds in the media. Mainoo is still very important to Ruben Amorim. Mainoo is direct competition with Bruno Fernandes. Now, if Bruno Fernandes carries on playing the way he is, I don't blame him. I don't think he will get any better, Bruno Fernandes, because he's not a number 8. If he carries on playing like he is, he will be dropped. He will be dropped. But mark my word, Mr. Bruno Fernandes will be dropped. Now, we've obviously been linked with the likes of Baleba. We've been linked with the likes of Wharton. We've been linked with the likes of Estilla. Guys, you know what? Hopefully, we get one of them through the door. But it does look likely Man United will sign Imminent Lammens first, and then hopefully we will get that midfield position sorted. You know, because I don't think we're going to be signing a player in January. I don't know about you, but I don't think we're going to be signing a player in January. I think that won't happen. We never do it. If we do it, we do a deal like Dorgu, who is a young up-and-coming player and not like a big, massive player. I don't think we're going to do that. Looking at the Premier League is so competitive now. Obviously, we saw the game yesterday. We done a watch-along yesterday with Liverpool and Newcastle. Great game, 3-2 to Liverpool. They found a way to win. And that's what football's all about, finding a way to win. Somehow we find a way not to win. And we need to get back in the habits of finding a way to win, guys. And that's what we need to do at the end of the day. Hopefully we will. Hopefully we bring in the players. Hopefully, because right now, Ruben Amorim, guys, if the window closed right now, if it ended right now, Ruben Amorim has not been backed. And that is a fact, guys. He's not been backed. 3 first-team players, he's not backed. All right, especially when we came 15th. So he has to at least have another 2 players in for me to say, well, they did all right. They did okay. I'm content with that. You know, I'm content with the midfielder. I'm good with the goalkeeper now. That's good. At least we sorted out the spine. I think that's what's most important. But if we look at things now, if things ended now, no, you have to be extremely delusional to think, and obviously Ineos FC, to think that he's been backed. He needs to be backed. And we got a few days left of this window, guys. Guys, it's getting exciting. Hopefully, we can get the deals done by the end of the week, by Sunday, guys. It's the last day of the transfer window. Let's hope we can get it all done, guys, and get it through the door. I really hope so, guys. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. Let me just read some of your comments. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to the stream, guys. Welcome to Stretford Post, you legends. Hope you're all doing well. Big up, Saviour. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good morning, sir. Hope you're doing fine. Very well, thank you. The latest news about Lammens, just spoke about that. Big up, Saviour. Hope you're doing well. If we fail to get Garnacho, Sancho, Anthony, just bring them to the team. He took depth and talk to what the club wants from them and apologise. We need depth and apologise. The club wants from them and apologise. Who? We apologise or they apologise. They're not going to play for Man United ever again, Saviour. There's a little thing called respect. There's a little thing called toxicity. It's not just about having squad numbers. Having these players in the squad is bad for the squad in regards to morale, in regards to attitude. You know, it's the wrong attitude to have. The only one I feel can rescue this is Garnacho. He's the only one. Sancho can get lost. I couldn't care less about Sancho. I couldn't care less. He's never going to play for Man United again. And so be it. I don't care about Sancho. Anthony's been flirting with Batiste all summer. I'm not interested in these players. I'm not interested. Garnacho's the only one who can turn around and say, I'm sorry, guys, I made a mistake in my eyes, because he actually played football last year, you know, at the end of the day. But when I think about these players, they're not going to play for Man United again. Most likely, let me tell you, Saviour, I've heard they're not going to play for Man United again. Forget squad depth. Man United are not interested. Man United are trying to change the culture at this football club. They're trying to change the culture at this football club, and bringing them back into the squad will just contradict that. Absolutely. Good morning, Ellen. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Really good to see you. Morning, Randall. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Hope everything is blessed. I don't think our bench is weak. The first team needs to be a similar facelift with a midfielder, right wing back, and a goalkeeper. I don't think it's necessarily weak. I want to say weak. I don't think it's the best in the world. I don't think it's the strongest bench in the world. We are severely lacking in some areas of the pitch. I think we're good in regards to Xerxes and players like that. But I do think we're lacking in midfielders. I do think that Casemiro's finished. And I think we're lacking in a couple of wing-back areas as well. I don't like... Dalot's not good enough, in my opinion. There's a few positions there that Man United needs sorting. We're nowhere near where we need to be. When you look at the likes of Liverpool and you look at the likes of Newcastle, even look at Fulham at the weekend, who were they bringing on? Who are we bringing on at the end of the day? But what I would say is that we're nowhere near. Like, we're okay. I don't think our bench is good. Absolutely not. What I've seen in my life is not good. It's okay. I don't think it's good. But what I would say is that Man United needs to fix the first team first. Right wing back, centre midfielder, goalkeeper, sorted out, and then I'd be content with that. Although I don't think we're going to be sorting out a right winger this summer, which is a problem. It is a problem because Ahmad obviously can't play the position, as I banged about many, many times, and also Dalot is not good enough. He's a terrible player. At the end of the day, you got politicians in England talking about Dalot, about how he's a really bad player. Big up, Mickey. How you doing, my friend? I'll be doing well. Hope everything's going. Bruno will go. He hears and sees the chatter. No support in the phase except Amorim. Saudi window is open late night. It's open until September the 12th to the 15th, I believe there, Mickey. It's open, as I spoke about on the show a few weeks ago. It's open longer than the European front transfer window. Bruno Fernandes is still a possibility. There is still a possibility. But the problem is that Man United might not sell him because obviously it is late in the window, and whether they get 100 million, whether they get 200 million, there's no time to replace him unless we get that money. And look, guys, the deal isn't even happening. It's now what, Tuesday? Guys, we got until Sunday and nothing is materializing. So how is it going to happen? A 100 million deal in a few days. It's just going to be very difficult because if we get 100 million in, we have to buy someone else. We have to buy a Baleba, someone like that. And this takes time. Medicals, everything, take time. If we're going to do anything, it has to be today. Everything has to be today so we can get the next. So we go to the next and the next, and we can work quickly, guys. We've got a lot of work to do, ins and outs. Absolutely. Shivam, how you doing, my friend? Maz will be a great white back. Big up, Shivam. I hope you're doing well. Bruno always starts the season bad. He's been bad for a couple of years now, Ellen. He stat pads a lot, and I don't think he's right for the football team anymore. He needs to be moved on. I don't think he is. There's a thing, right, in football where you can have the best stats in the league, but your team ain't winning, right? But if you remove that guy who has the best stats in the league, it actually helps the shape and the system. I witnessed it in my life in 40 years watching football. I witnessed it in myself. It actually helps the system, just like Coutinho helped Liverpool, It actually helps the system because Bruno Fernandes is too intent on doing everything himself. That's why he gets the stats. Shooting, penalties, free kicks, corners, everything himself he's trying to do. Now, I think there's a time where you have to think, right, guys, we have to move on now. We have to move on. And and I think that's what Man United should do. We need to move on now from Bruno. Absolutely. Terrible petulance from Bruno at the weekend. Terrible petulance. Being triggered by a referee. Come on. I come from a generation of Keane, Brian Robson, Vidic, Cantona, captains, real captains, triggered by the referee. Goodness me. Maz is incredible, isn't a right back like Ahmad and Dalot. Dalot is a right back, Ellen. He is a right back. He's a right back. Not a right wing back, but he's a right back. He is a right back. He's a very bad right back, but he's a right back. He is a right back and a left back. Ahmad, however, is not a right back. Ahmad is a right winger. Dalot is a right full back. I wouldn't say right wing back. I think he's a full back, and that's about it. Mazraoui isn't a right back either, but he can do that position as well, pretty well. He's more of a centre back, in my opinion, if I'm not being wrong, guys. Good morning, Sanjay. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, guys. Absolutely. Good morning. Where is the midfield? Is worrying. There's no concrete talking at the moment, and Natty. At the end of the day, you're going to have to be a little bit patient, my friend. You're not going to hear what's going on behind the scenes. Things are happening behind the scenes. That's what's going on. Things are happening behind the scenes. They may be talking. They may be busy. Things might be going on at the moment. And wrapping up the Imminent Lammens still first is imperative. Getting that done first is very important. getting that done, and then moving on to the midfield. They're not going to be, the thing with Ineos, what I've noticed, they're not going to be out there talking about the business. They don't do that. You know, they're very shrewd in what they do. They keep their cards very close to their chest. Good morning, Tucker. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Hope everything is blessed. Good morning, Tyborg. How you doing, brother? Hope you're doing well. Really good to see you, of course. That's it. Right, let me just put this one on a block because it is driving me absolutely mad. 1 second. There we go. Had to be blocked. Why did Amorim put Mainu on the bench? Edamargo William, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well, because he wants Bruno to play. It's as simple as that. He wants Bruno. He prefers Bruno. It's favoritism. At the end of the day, it's all about favoritism. This is what it is at the end. This is why Kobe Mainu hasn't played. Kobe Mainu deserves a chance. Kobe Mainu deserves to play. Kobe Mainu is one of our only natural number 8s, guys. Do you know what I mean? A natural number 8, and should be playing that position. He is better than Bruno Fernandes in the number 8. Bruno's good in number 10. No doubt about that. But with the system, Mainu should be playing that number 8 role. He played it in his first season for Man United when he scored in the FA Cup final, became an England international, got to the final of the European Championships with England, an absolutely generational player. And I don't believe that player has turned bad overnight. The favoritism needs to stop. I firmly believe it will, my friend Edamoga. I firmly believe it will. The favoritism will stop, and you will see Bruno Fernandes dropped very soon, guys. I'm telling you right now, Bruno Fernandes will be dropped if he carries on like this. He's better than Mainu. He's better than Bruno. Bruno's been awful for a year. And big up, flop out. Who's flopped out? Big up, Tyborg. Slice of bread is not with us today, Sal. I know, brother. Where is he? He'll probably be in later. See, look, I'm a warrior, guys. I didn't go sleep till 2 a.m. last night. I'm up 5 a.m. You know what? I'm here, guys. I'm here. Phone calls a lot, doing my business and getting things sorted, of course, guys. India Carla tweeted, Raul Batiste has asked about Onana last night. India Carla is a fraud, Ellen. He's a fraud. India Carla pays journalists to big him up. That's it. And I know that for a fact because I know people at Sky Sports. All right. So he pays people to big him up. That news came out 2 days ago, Ellen. 2 days ago it came out. Right, guys, about Onana and stuff like that. It came out 2 days ago. Take it with a pinch of salt. Let's wait and see. Batiste can't even afford their lover boy, which is basically Anthony. They're definitely not going to go for Onana. Listen, take everything he says with a pinch of salt. He pays it. Be careful who you listen to in this game. Be careful who you listen to in this game. Some people pay for promotion. He can go out there and say to Ornstein, it's 5,000 G's, right? It's 5 G's, right? It's 5 G's. And Ornstein would tweet him and say, I got it from India Carla. Just to do that. They're all about money. Absolutely. Natty, Sal, what would you want for Amorim to change for the next game? Mainu for Bruno. That's it. That's about all I can say. Mainly for Bruno. That will help the balance of the team immensely. The midfield position is incredibly unbalanced at the moment, and it's the most important part of the pitch. And when we ain't got it right, I think Mainu needs to play in there. Ugarte needs to play in there with Mainu, and I think that is the best combination. That is the best combination, guys. I would say that from a non-biased point of view. I know a lot of people will love Bruno for some reason. He was petulant at the weekend, and he cost us at the weekend because he hit that ball out of anger. He hit that ball out of anger. He hit that ball with petulance and a childish attitude, all right, which cost Manchester United points. Okay, not least giving the ball away in the Europa League final, which cost us a Champions League place, by the way. Not least giving the ball away to Arsenal that led to the corner, which was a goal for Arsenal. You know, this is what we're talking about. Enough of this petulance. Enough of this sport brat attitude. You want to go to Saudi Arabia, the door is wide open. Go for it. It's wide open. It's a jar. Big up Revert7. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Sal, Lammens will be welcoming and signing. I can't take watching Bayern and Onana flop. I mean, they cause me a lot of anxiety. I should get insurance from Man United. Man United should insure these streams because when I'm watching Bayern and I'm watching Onana, I'm nervous all the time. I'm anxious all the time. I have to literally take blood pressure tablets when I come on stream when I'm watching Manchester United, guys. Absolutely. Because they make me a nervous wreck, guys. When that cross goes in, it just looked like there was a few times against Fulham. It looked like it was going to be a goal. Every time the cross came in, it looked like it was going to be a goal. And I was nervous, honest to God, and I was like, please, no more corners. Please, enough. I'm sure we will make at least one more deal. I think Lammens will come in, Tyborg. He's a given. In regards to the midfielder, it's 50-50 for me, Tyborg, maybe 40-60 in regards to not getting a midfielder. I do believe it's very, very tight now. The amount of work that Man United need to do, they left it too late. Senny Lammens should have been signed weeks ago. It's a deal that they could have done weeks ago. Why was Senny Lammens not done weeks ago? Why is Senny Lammens being done now? When I was mentioning Senny Lammens 6 months ago, why didn't we wrap up a deal then for Senny Lammens? Do you know what I mean? He's cheap. Get him through the door, then we don't have to waste time now. But part of me feels that they do this by purpose to drag the window out so the fans are less expectant on what they do, whether they bring in a midfielder and stuff like that. We're less expectant because we know that the transfer window is ended, you know? Revert7, good morning, my friend. I hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Still need a CM. Yes, Revert7, we definitely do, my friend. 100 million, here we go. Big up, fan. Saviour, if we sell Garnacho, Sancho, Anthony, we can even buy 2 players in the midfield and a right wing back, but the midfield is needed, please. Saviour, it's going to be difficult. The biggest problem that Man United have at the moment is time. Good old father time at the end of the day. Man United haven't got time. When you're looking at, we need to get rid of Sancho, Anthony, who's the other player? Sancho, Anthony, Rasmus as well needs to go as well. Sancho, obviously going, and Garnacho needs to go as well, guys. So we got a lot of work to do in regards to ins and out. Lots of work to do. And let's not forget, it's not just about signing players and that's it. You sign the players and that's it. It's game over. You need to get them their medical done. You need to get the contract sorted out. You need to get everything done. It takes time. Hopefully, Man United bring one player in. You know, the rest of the players, if the players don't leave, if the bomb squad don't leave, they can rest somewhere else in the reserves or whatever they want to do. But I do believe we're going to be doing a lot of deals, especially loan deals, on the last day of the window. I believe that will happen. You're going to see a lot of deals on the last day of the window, in particular players out going on loan, because Man United are desperate to not have them at the football club right now. Revert 7. Bruno can go, in my opinion, but we have to replace him with at least 2 players. There's little time left. Agreed. Revert 7, absolutely. Emerson, 50 million. Angel still at 50 million for Bruno. It doesn't work like that, fan, as much as you want. Big up, Marky Mark. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, my guy. I hope you're blessed. Really good to see you, as usual. My fellow friend. How are you doing? How are you, my friend? We should sell Bruno. We need another midfielder, but also one that doesn't stifle Mainoo's progress. Big up, Sal. Keep up the great work. Great comment. Absolutely. I don't want to stifle Mainoo. I think the way the fan base are reacting to Mainoo is disgraceful. A section of the fan base. Mainoo is a fantastic player, guys. I back him. And I think he will be a great player for Manchester United. The guy's bloody 20, guys. He's 20 years old. You know what I mean? I don't think the midfielder will stifle him, because I think if we bring in a midfielder that could, like a number 6, I don't think it will stifle him, because I think Mainoo's more of a number 8, a natural number 8. That's exactly what we need, a natural number 8. I guarantee we'll probably win the game against Fulham if we play a natural number 8 in there and play the striker up front. But yeah, I don't want to stifle. The only person that's stifling Mainoo, guys, and stifling other players in the squad as well, is Bruno Fernandes. He's the one who's stifling Mainoo, you know, and it's just not working now. It's past now, guys. We need to move on from that. We need to move on and stop relying on one player. And that's where our problem is, you know. Because my biggest concern is we sign a midfielder, Marky Mark. We sign a midfielder, and Bruno's still on his side. Bruno's still there. So no matter what midfielder we sign, we still got him in the midfield. You know, the only thing that, you know, is a problem anyway. Let's go. Sal, we need Sal. If we let Bruno go at this time, we need 2 players. I do not think they would do it. 1 player, mate. 1 player. We've got Mainoo. 1 player, Natty. Why do we need 2? Bruno, but he is not a midfielder. I agree with Ellen here. Look, Bruno is a class number 10. The problem is Ruben Amorim doesn't see him as a number 10 because he cannot run anymore. He cannot run like the likes of Mbeumo and the likes of Cunha. Now, I wouldn't mind keeping Bruno if Bruno is on the bench. I wouldn't mind it. It will help the squad. But he's too much of an asset. He's worth too much to be sitting on the bench, and that's what I would say about it. But yeah, look, you know what? I think we need to move on. I really do. I like Bruno. As I said, I know his family. You know, but we have to think about what is best for Manchester United at the end of the day. Crooks is terrible. Always chatted shit about United with the rubbish. I mean, I was unfortunate. I had the fortunate experience of witnessing Mr. Crooks on TalkSport yesterday, and every single thing that left his gob was anti-Man United. Nothing positive came out of his mouth. The only thing they want is negativity for Man United. And thank God Fabrizio Romano kept him quiet yesterday. Thank God for that. Ironically, Crook is a United fan. I don't think he is, mate. I think there's a lot of people that claim to be that are not real United fans. He doesn't talk like one. He doesn't talk like a knowledgeable Man United fan. And if he wants to talk about knowledge about Man United, he's welcome on the show, guys. Other journalists have been on the show. He's welcome on the show to talk about Man United because that's what we do at the end of the day. Irfan, Edison, 50 million. Irfan, come on, mate. Baleba can, with Mainu in the midfield, let give Brighton what they want for Baleba. Man United got 150 million to spend, guys. I don't know if you heard the rumors. Man United got 150 million dollars to spend this window, guys. So it's about 120 million pounds. So if Man United bring in Imminent Lammens, we've got about 100 million to spend left. Can we get Baleba with that money? Will they accept about 90 plus incentives? Maybe they will. Maybe they will. Do you know what I mean? Let's see what happens, guys. There's a lot. The heat is on. The race is on for new players, of course, guys. Absolutely. Natty, so do you think Amorim will drop? Yes, I do. Yes, I do, Natty. I think he will. I think it's better to drop Bruno. It's not always a bad thing. It might actually improve Bruno. If Bruno doesn't leave, I think the best thing for Bruno is to be dropped at the moment. He has played in 97% of Manchester United games since he signed for Man United. 97% of Man United games. He has not been substituted since 2023. Come on, guys. Come on. 2023 was the last time he got substituted. Good morning, Paul. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Hope you're doing good. Good to see you, mate. Ellen, I think it is worrying that we can't score goals, 200 million in attack and still no goals. Ekitike scored goals like never before. You know why it is, Ellen? Midfield, the connection, the chemistry between the two. Mbeumo, Cunha. Mbeumo scored, what did he score last season? Mbeumo, 20 goals last season. Didn't Cunha score 15 for Wolves? And obviously Mbeumo for Brentford. How many chances do they get? You know what I mean? What I would say is that our midfield is not working. We need to have the connection between the midfield and the strikers and the defense and the midfield. This is what a good midfielder would do for us. Bruno's destructing it. And I tell you why. And it is not a bully Bruno show because it's not like that. What it is basically what Bruno does. He plays these long balls, these hoof balls, which are not in Mbeumo and Cunha's game. And Mbeumo and Cunha thrive when they have the ball to feet, so they can turn at a sixpence. You know, that's what they are. Playing hero balls 70 feet in the air, you know, is not what Mbeumo and Cunha are. You know? Taiwo, big up Sal. Ruben Amorim could be a good coach, but bad manager. Why was Senu Kone not given a chance and given underuse during the preseason? Senu Kone might not be ready, mate. That's it. Senu Kone's young, and it's easier for us to say that we should play Senu Kone when Senu Kone's never played in the Premier League in his life. You know, we don't know how good Senu Kone is. Senu Kone's played a couple of minutes in a preseason friendly. He's never played there. I trust Ruben Amorim in regards to that. The only problem with Ruben Amorim is the Portuguese thing. He does like the Portuguese thing. But that means that basically I actually believe he doesn't believe Kone is good enough yet. And we'll have to wait and see, innit? You know, at the end of the day. It is, guys, look, and also what I would stress, guys, it's the second game of the season. You know, let's wait and see what happens. It is the second game of the season. Let's not carry it away. We're not in the 17th game of the season, guys. We're in the second game of the season. And look, we played a hard game against Arsenal and we played a hard game against Fulham, you know, where we've drawn there in the past. And they've beaten Arsenal as well in the past there. Good morning, Paul. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good hit. Hope everything is blessed with you, my friend. Good to hear you keeping it sane and a real here on things. I mean, see, onward and up. So thank you so much, Pell. Pell, it's 2 games into the season, my friend, and I'm not going to get overly, pessimistic about it so far. We will beat Burnley, and maybe we'll have a surprise against Man City and Chelsea. And if that happens, then everything is going to be turned on its head, and everyone is going to be the opposite. And I'll be telling people, calm down, calm down. You know what I mean? Calm down thing. You know what I mean? Irfan. Man United is slow FC in the transfer market. Look, Sunderland have 11 new players and 11 players in because they're Sunderland and they buy players that, easy to. Sal, why do we not play for Cunha and Mbeumo the ball through the ground? Because we have Bruno, because he likes to kick the ball far, of course. Eric, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Window closes soon. Any news on the midfielder? We really need a number 6 in that midfield. I agree. We can't have another season of Cass and Bruno. Love from South Africa. Big up South Africa. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Hope everything is blessed with you down there, my friend. Look, we got through a few days left of this window. From what I'm hearing, Man United are trying. They're trying. The work that needs to be done, unfortunately, we left things very, very late. Like I said earlier in the show, we should have got the Zonal Lammens deal done ages ago. That should have been done ages ago. The Zonal Lammens deal should have been done a long time ago, guys. So what I would say in regards to that is that if we get the Zonal Lammens deal done, for example, if we get it done today, it's a possibility that it might be a here we go today, guys. Let me tell you that right now, exclusive, right? It's a possibility. So if it happens today, then we can go straight into the midfield position. I agree with you wholeheartedly, Eric. Absolutely spot on. We need a midfielder. We need to solidify that midfielder. Number 6 is very important. A guy who can play next to Mainu. That will be it, guys. That will be it, you know. And then we can move on. Now, my friend obviously spoke earlier about Kone. Kone will be given an opportunity. The problem is we got one figurehead there who cannot be removed, which is Bruno, in that number 8 position, which we all know is not his right position, and he shouldn't be playing there as a given, you know. Big up, Eric. It's good to have you on stream, my friend. Hope you're doing well. And big up, Albie, the legend, the member of the channel, guys. Thank you so much, Albie, for joining us this morning. I hope you're well. Hi, Sal. Hope all is well, mate. Let's hope we get a new goalkeeper this week and sell Bruno. I mean, lots has happened. And, guys, I actually think it's getting a little bit toxic with Bruno now. I actually feel like sometimes, you know, when things just need to move on, we need to move on from it now. And we need him to go. We need him to go to somewhere else and move on from what it is our past, because it's not a beautiful past, to be honest with you. Ever since Bruno's been here, it's not been beautiful. It's not been great. We've lost the Europa League final, all right? We won a League Cup here. We won an FA Cup there, but we've had a lot of bad experiences. You know what I mean? I think it's about time that Man United start moving on from Bruno. Not only him, the Maguires, the Luke Shaws. These players have been there for ages, for years, stinking out the place, need to leave as well, guys. You know what I would say? I think we need to move on from the past, but unfortunately, we're too attached to the past at the moment, which is a big, big issue, of course. Guys. Big up, Joseph. Good morning. How you doing? Gone out to Chelsea deal? Not yet, Joseph. Chelsea are trying to call our bluff. Basically, what Chelsea are doing, they're waiting until the last day of the window, and then they're going to put in an offer, and they're going to think that Man United are going to get all desperate. Now, it's very important that Man United don't bow down to Chelsea. It's very important that they don't just give in to Chelsea. Very important, because if we give in to Chelsea, we look weak. And if they sign Garnacho on the last day of the preseason of the window and they give us a cheap fee for it, we've got no way to sign a player anyway, because it's the last day of the window. So there's no point even selling him. Right? You wait until January, Chelsea. That's what we do. You want him? You have him in January, mate. That's what we do, because we're not going to be signing a player if he goes on the last day on Sunday, which is the last day of the window. He's not going to be, you know, we're not going to go out there and get another player to replace him. So Chelsea are waiting. They're trying to play a game here. They're trying to think that we're going to give in to them. We're going to suddenly say, okay, we'll sell you Garnacho. I mean, 30 million. I mean, who goes for 30 million these days in the Premier League? Who? Tyler Dibbling went for 40 odd million. Madueke went for 50 million. You got players there that are not even achieved anything who's going to football clubs for 50 plus million. Garnacho easy 60, 70. And they're trying to offer like 30 million. It's ridiculous. It's scandalous. Big up, Mark. How you doing, my friend? I'll be doing well. Good to see you. One thing I know for sure is that everyone has a different opinion on how the team should be set up and how it should be in the starting 11. I think everyone should have opinion based on evidence. Opinions based on evidence. What our opinion is based on evidence, right? What Stretford Post is based on evidence. What has happened over this last few years. We don't just willy-nilly say we need this, we need that, we need this, we need that. We're talking about positions in the team that need to be fixed, which has evidently cost us points, i.e. Fulham at the weekend, as we saw. Everyone has an opinion, but not everyone studies the game like some of us do. You know what I mean? And watch the game, analyze the game on a worldwide scale. I work with coaches. I work in the UAE. I have my own football team. I work with the UAE national team. I work with football teams, guys. I work with teams. I'm professional as well. So what I know is that, when there is a problem, you address the problem. It's not about we want Solskjaer instead of Andy Cole, or we want, for example, Cristiano Ronaldo instead of David Beckham. It's not like that, like for like. This is a problem in the football team that we're talking about. It's not about a selection problem. He's my favorite. We're talking about the players that play in the correct positions. And that is a given. That is shoehorning is a problem in football. A massive problem. Do you know what I mean? Saviour, big up. Yesterday, the game yesterday versus Liverpool Newcastle, it was a game that I watched. Those teams are fighting for the league. I hope our players watched that game. Big up, Saviour. We did, definitely. We did. Bruno has been replaced. We have numerous options for number 10. What we need is 2 midfield players. It's time for the Bruno to go. We don't need 2, Keith. We've got Mr. Mainu. We need 1. We need 1, mate. Mainu's a very good player. We need to believe in him. He's a young player, 20. And if you're a Man United fan, you know about believing in the youth, my friend. Ellen, I don't think Dalot is bad as a right back, but he is absolutely useless. He's bad as a right back. Ask AC Milan fans. He's terrible. Positionally naive. He was our player of the year when he played right back 2 seasons ago. Yeah, but that was ages ago, and we were playing a low block then. Irfan, he's awful. Let's stop blowing smoke up these players' backside because they're bad. For me, I will play 4-3-3. Guys, I come from a different generation. People don't understand that. People play 4-4. Euro, Delict, Dorgu, Diego, Mainu, Ugarte. Big up, Irfan. Ruben Amorim sees something in training that we did, or is it criminal to hold the Kobe on the bench? It's the Portuguese thing, Ellen. We have to wake up and smell the coffee. We have to wake up and smell the coffee. It's the Portuguese thing, mate. It's the French United, the mates rates. That's what it is. Unfortunately, I don't like to say that, and it is only with a couple of players, Dalot and Bruno, but they play because they're Portuguese, and that is obviously what is going to be thrown at him. Sal, do you think it will work out if we give Amorim time? Yes. Any news on Lammens? Anytime soon, Paul. Anytime soon. We might get it today. It might be tomorrow. It's definitely going to happen. Lammens is basically a Manchester United player. Terms have been agreed. We're just trying to iron out the finer details of the deal with Royal Antwerp at the moment. Natty, Sal, do you have what to buy 1 and 10 and 2 midfielders? Do you agree? No. We need 1 midfielder. 1 midfielder. We don't need 2. Guys. Every time we get a cheap corner, guys, how is it possible? Even a 12-year-old goalkeeper know how to do it. Absolutely, Ellen, I agree with that. In regards to a 12-year-old goal, I know. It doesn't help us, does it, in regards to our nerves? David, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good morning, Sal. We need Bruno Fernandes to go to Saudi. He's been a revelation to us, absolutely. But now I think we should put Mainu to play, absolutely. Amorim play Maguire to win. We have Mainu. We need to attack, not defend. Absolutely agree with that, David. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Mainu's a good player. England international. And we all know how many good players are in that England midfield. You know what I mean? Absolutely. Dan, what's going on, my friend? I'll be doing well. Don, is it Don? My eyes are deceiving me. Big up, Don. I hope you're doing well. Good to see you again. So we need to be patient with Amorim, even if it is difficult. For me, we should have a solution for Bruno Mainu. I agree with that, Don. I agree. I'm patient, Don. There are people out there right now who are calling for Ruben Amorim's head. Right now, as we speak, are calling for Ruben Amorim's head. It's ridiculous. Pathetic. If we can let Ronaldo go, why can't we let Bruno go? There we go. Obviously, we got a lot. Yeah, I agree with that, actually. How can Amorim use Diallo playing number 2 when Dalot is on the bench? None of them should be playing right back, Moses. None of them. Dalot should earn his way. He was poor at the weekend. He's been poor all season. And last season, the second half of last season. Dalot needs to warm the bench a little bit. Bruno needs to warm the bench a little bit. And we need to move on a little bit and try something different. But what I would say, however, having said that, Moses, what I would say, mate, is that Dalot's still the best player in that position. Because when Dalot went off against Fulham, we were worse. And you know what? When I'm talking when Ahmad went off against Fulham, we were worse. Absolutely. We already replaced Bruno with 2 players in Bruno and Cunha, and we have Xerxes, Ahmad, Amount, and Kobe, who can play the Bruno's position, which is a number 10. He can, but Kobe's a number 8, by the way. We didn't replace Bruno with in Bruno and Cunha because Bruno's playing a number 8. So he's a number 8 as well. He's playing in number 8 as well. So what I would say is that Cunha and Mbeumo are number 10s. And, the problem is that we need a midfielder. That's what we're talking about. We know we don't need a number 10. We don't need a number 10. We got Ahmad, we got Mbeumo, we got Cunha, we got Xerxes. We got these players in number 10. We don't need a number 10. We're talking about the number 8 position, which we need. We need that position. The number 6 position, and the number 8 could be at Mainu. It's the number 6 position we need. The problem is Bruno stifling Mainu. So if Mainu doesn't play, he's not gonna get in the England squad for the World Cup. It's gonna disrupt and stifle his career, and that's the problem. And the problem is the number 6 position. And obviously Bruno playing in number 8. That is what I would say. Sesko number 9. I agree with that, my friend. I agree, Moses. You should be. Moses, United have everything but coach using them in different numbers. That's a problem. Shoehorning, isn't it, Moses? We need to stop that. 97% and never injured. That is actually insane. I mean, it's insane, but he's never 100% fit. You know what I mean? He's insane, but sometimes, let me tell you something, Ellen, about elite sport. I've won 3 marathons in my life, okay? Let me tell you something about elite sport. Even when you want to play, even Sir Alex will say, "No, you're not playing today, lad. You're not playing today. You're not on the team today. You need the rest." Sometimes, even though you feel like playing, your body doesn't respond as quickly as you want it to respond. And this is a situation with Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes needs a rest. He needs a rest, I would say. But it is insane. Definitely. So, why is it hard to bench Bruno for managers for so many years? The Skrilla, he's worth a lot of money. Absolutely. And he's stat pads. So, obviously, there you go. Simon, Fernandes won't be dropped if we get Baleba. It will be Casemiro who will be dropped. Yes, Simon, he would. But we know that, Simon. Cowie, we know that. But we're talking about Kobe Mainu. What's going to happen with Kobe Mainu? Bruno's number 8. Kobe Mainu's a number 8, in theory. So Mainu should be playing a number 8. We need a number 6. Yes. This is why I didn't get the people who are moaning when Casemiro came off for Ugarte. People are moaning that. Why I say, why are they moaning for? You can't put Mainu and Bruno in the same pitch. It's ridiculous. It's like having Mason Mount and Bruno on the same pitch. We need a CDM, which is a number 6, and we need the number 8. I don't think we need. We got Mainu. So the number 6 could be a Baleba who could play the number 6, a Wharton who could play the number 6. Those type of players can play the number 6. A Hoyman who could play a number 6. Those are the players that Man United need, which we've been linked with all summer, of course. Big up, Simon, by the way. Red Fred 55. What's going on, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Good to see. United don't have 100 million to spend. They can spend that amount to stay within 50p. Yes, that's how much they can spend. They've got that, though, Red Fred 55. They've got that. They've got that amount of money. Let me tell you that right now. They've got 150 million in the bank, guys. They've got the money to spend. They've got it. They've got more than that. They've got more than that. I told people at the summer, Man United have got 250 to 300 million in the bank right now on track to spend on transfers. But we can only spend up to 250 million on the FFP and PSR. We have the money. Let me tell you that, Red Fred 55. Just like I've been telling people all summer when we were sacking people and manipulating people to believe that we don't have any money, we have money, Mr. Red Fred 55. We have money. We can buy players. We just refuse to do it. And that's the thing, you know, and this is not the first time that Jadin Ratcliffe has done that. He's done it at his other clubs. He's done it in Ineos. So what I would say is that we got money and we can spend 150 million because we got it. We got 150 million. We have. Trust me on this one, right? I know for a fact. I know someone in UAE very connected to Ineos, right? Multi-billionaires. Put money into the football club. We got money. Guys, so don't fall for that old chestnut, Fred. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, they've got money. And you will see that, Red Fred. You will see it in these next few days. You're going to say, where do we get that money from? Where do we get that money? That's what's going to happen. Big up Red Fred 55, by the way. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you again, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Guys, I would sell him in a heartbeat. Big up Sanjay. Me too. Sal, what do you think about Amorim's zonal marking? I remember Benitez, Liverpool, forced similar problem with the set piece zonal marking. Don, this is a good comment. Thank you so much for bringing this into the show because I forgot about this. In regards to the zonal marking, I don't agree with zonal marking. I think it's ridiculous because what do you mark? When there's zonal marking, right? What do you do when the ball comes in at a corner and it's dead on the goal line? Is that zonal marking? So when you've got zonal marking, all you need to do is bend that ball in on the goal line on a corner. And that's exactly what Arsenal do. It's exactly what Fulham did. That's exactly what happens. So zonal marking for me is flawed. My opinion is mark your man. Mark your man. We always did it. Mark your man. And also, not to say that zonal marking is a no-no. Sometimes you can do zonal. Sometimes. But corners and things like that, mark your man. Mark your man and keep it tight. I had higher expectations after we opened us strong against Arsenal, but the second half against Fulham, second half against Fulham was dreadful. I agree, Ellen. And we went back into our old ways. We went back into our shell and we went back in it. It was very disappointing because we started the game, Ellen, really well, didn't we? We played excellently. I was like, wow, Man United playing. I actually said it on the show, on the watch along. I said, wow, Man United playing excellently. Man United playing good. Wow, where's this come from? I was like that at the end of the day. And then we sort of, like we always do, we play for half a game and then we go, you know what I mean? Last season was second half. Last season was the first half we were bad, and the second half we turned good. We need to carry it on for 90 minutes. We need to carry on playing it for 90 minutes. If we can do that, we'll win a lot of games. Big up, my friend. Larouk, how you doing? Long time no see. Hope you're blessed. Midfield new now. Absolutely agree with that. Sesko number 9, Cunha number 10, Mbumo number 7, Diallo number 11, Bruno number 8. We're missing a number 6 and a goalkeeper. I don't think Bruno's a number 8 though, mate. There, you ruined it with the Bruno number 8. Bruno is not a number 8, he's a number 10. And we're playing him out of position. Main new number 8 for me, Mr. Moses. Absolutely. Amorim building their squad around Bruno and Mount is criminal, and he needs to see the fact that Bruno can't be playing in two-man midfield. I agree with that, Kenny. Spot on. Absolutely. Bruno is a horrid number 8. A very good number 10, but a horrid number 8. I agree with that, Eden. I'm not all absolute in regards to like, oh my goodness, Bruno. I do believe Bruno needs to move on, but he's definitely a number 10. Ruben Amorim's not going to play a 4-2-3-1. He's going to stick to his principles, and that's why we got him in the club, of course. Of course, people say. Sir said the Premier League is not a marathon, it's a sprint. I agree. We only have 2 games of 38 game. Absolutely, Simon. Spot on. Thank you, mate. Guys, it is only the second game of the bloody season. For goodness sake, calm down, calm down. You know what I mean? Hate to sound like a scouser there. But, you know, what I would say is that we need to be calm, guys. We had a difficult game against Arsenal, played extremely well against Arsenal. And guys, I don't want people to be mugging off Fulham here. Let's not downplay Fulham. Fulham are known to beat teams. They beat an Arsenal. I think they beat them last season, if I'm not wrong, or got a draw or something like that. They're a difficult team to beat at their ground in the Craven Cottage. Even in the days of Cristiano Ronaldo at his peak, I was at the game at Craven Cottage when Cristiano Ronaldo buried one in the corner in the last minute and we won 2-1. We've always had difficult times at Fulham. And you know what? It's always going to be a difficult game. I saw some positives. I saw some positives. I just want us to start scoring goals now. Now, guys, we got Grimsby Town tomorrow. What a time to boost the confidence, boost morale, get things going, you know what I mean, and start getting in that goal-scoring groove. I hope we can do that, guys. I really do. Hopefully, Sesko could get off the mark. That would be good. And hopefully, we have a nice, convincing win tomorrow. Of course, it's a World Cup final for Grimsby. They're going to be up for it. But we should be able to win the game pretty comfortably. And hopefully we bag a few goals as well. Big up, Simon. Tap the appreciation button, like. Thank you so much, Born Vex, you legend. Thank you so much, my friend. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream. And thank you so much for your support, my friend. You're a legend. Thank you so much, mate. Morning, Neil. How you doing, my friend? Morning, lad. How you doing, my guy? I hope you're doing well. If we start a therapy company in Manchester, we can make big money and prepare the lads with the Hollywood Bowl. Big up, Neil. The stress and anxiety needs to stop, guys. We don't need to sell him to buy. No, we don't. But I think we should sell him now because he's irreplaceable right now, and that is harming the team. And when it harms the team, that's when I have a problem with it. What he did at the weekend, i.e. blasting the ball over the bar because the referee disrupted him, and it did disrupt him, and it was the reason, even though he said it wasn't because it makes him look stupid. It was the reason he missed that penalty, because for about 150, 200 penalties that Bruno has taken in his career, he's done a hop, skip, buried, pass into the corner. Hop, skip, buried in the corner. On that penalty, he blasted it like Chris Waddle over the bar. And he let the referee get to him at the detriment of the football team. And that should never happen. And after that, it played on his mind, and he was not good at the whole game. Now, it was up to Ruben Amorim to substitute him, but again, that just represents how weak Bruno is, mentality-wise. You know, and that shouldn't be at Man United. You shouldn't be a Man United captain if you got this, you know, this weakness on you. You know, I come from Brian Robson, Roy Keane, Nemanja Vidic, Eric Cantona, Peter Schmeichel. Would you think they will let it bother them? A little barge? No. They probably got run back and barge the referee back. That's what they probably do. And say, oh, sorry, mate. It was a mistake. And it doesn't have to be instantaneous. You can do it in the game sometime. Big up, Simon, though. It's good to have you back, my friend. Hope you're well. What if Amorim is choosing these players on purpose to show the ball the cracks and Ineos doesn't want to spend anymore in the transfer window? I mean, I like the theory, you see. I like that theory. I like to think that and stuff like that. It makes us feel fuzzy inside and stuff like that, that it's actually okay, that he's doing things to prove a point. I just think it's too much of a risk, EC, in my opinion. I think it's too much of a risk to do things like something like that, which is going to cost us points and ultimately might cost us European football at the end of the season. You never know what's going to happen, so I don't think we're going to risk it like that. We actually ain't got the players, and that's it. We ain't got a choice. I mean, we got Ahmad and Dalot as a right back. We lost Lindelof and Evans in centre back. We got no one to replace them. We got a very open midfield. Casemiro's finished. Casemiro's finished 2 years ago, and he's finished. All right, we got an open midfield. And apart from Mbeumo and Cunha, we got Xerxes, and that's about it, and one striker. So, what? I don't think he's got much choice to maneuver like that, and to do something. If he's doing that, I mean, I don't know if Ineos are going to fall for that. I don't know. The players that need to move on are Casemiro, Bruno, and Maguire. We need younger players. Always agree. I agree with that, David. I do agree with that. Garnacho, 50 million, no less. I agree with Tucker there. Absolutely spot on. Kenny, if Amorim wants to keep playing Bruno, put in a number 10 position, then we have to drop Cunha and Mbeumo. And I don't want to do that, Kenny. I don't. Chelsea quotes Jackson 80 million, ridiculous, and they quote Garnacho 30 million. Absolutely disgraceful, isn't it, mate? Absolutely. I think he's got a year on, isn't he? Big up. One thing we could say about Harry Maguire, in all fairness, in his defence, is that he's a very good model professional. He's not like a world-class defender, but he's a great model professional and he's a great example, Neil, the only way we can turn around is pulling a Bruno Sal right now. They can cover cost of their losses. Big up, Neil. Good comment, my friend. David, our players can't be sold for big money because they don't sell themselves by playing good, attractive football. They always have issues, so the other teams don't want big-headed players. Yeah, that's true, David. That's a very good point. That's true, but you don't undervalue them either. I would say that Garnacho is worth 70 million, but because of his petulance and because of the way he's been acting, now he's worth 50 million. But he's not worth 30 million. That's bad because, that's just robbery. He's 50 million, no less, in my opinion. Chris, Manchester United Sports, stop being so negative. You are killing the team with your tongue. Stop replacing coaches and give him time. Chris, I don't know if you know anything about this channel, Chris, but we back Ruben Amorim. We've never said Ruben Amorim out. We've never once said get him out of my club, get that ball through out of my club. We never said that, mate. We back the one. It's not negative. It's constructive opinion. And Chris, if we sat here and said, oh, look at those Care Bears and look at those ponies. Oh, my God, look at the fluffy clouds. Everything is so rosy in a garden. None of us will improve, mate. None of us will improve. Life is about criticism sometimes. You have to critique to get better. If you don't critique, especially with egotistical players, they don't get better. Okay? And that's what I would say to you. When, by all means, not against Ruben Amorim, and I've blocked people for saying Ruben Amorim out on this channel. Right? So walking into a dark room trying to read a Harry Potter novel is not going to work, mate, because you're not going to be able to read it. And that's what you've done here. You came in here talking about negative and Ruben Amorim and that. You're just picking up, cherry picking things and creating an absolute kerfuffle, right? And that's what you're doing. Sorry to say that, Chris, but you've got to be a little bit savvy with your opinions, in my opinion. But big up and thank you for joining the stream. Big up. Dalot isn't bad. He is a ball watcher in aerial duels. He is non-existent. And if we attempt a cross in Old Trafford, he's definitely hitting someone on the Etihad. Pick up, EC. Pick up. Yeah, I don't rate him. I don't. Sorry, guys. Marky Mark, youth, courage, success. Seem like we are moving away from that. I agree, Marky Mark. Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. Absolutely. Can I tell you, Neil, about the downfall of Garnacho? Some of the fans are to blame in regards to that. And we all know who it is. Some of the fans are to blame for what happened with Garnacho, and I would say that right now because I still rate Garnacho as a player, by the way. Not me. Original, what's going on? These Portuguese will be the end of us. What happened to Dalot? He is awful. He is. He needs to improve soon. Yeah, that's true, Wayne. That's very true. But we're Manchester United, and the pressures are different. Valencia are Valencia. The pressures are different. Man United, the pressures are different, and it's very difficult. Valencia don't have the Glazers. They don't have a toxicity within the football club. And also, guys, listen. He came in January, guys. January. Come on. For goodness sake. Are you going to judge Ruben Amorim from January? You're going to judge him with none of his players in the door. Judge him halfway through this. Judge him in December. That's what I say. Judge him after 10, 15 games. Not even December. Judge him after 10, 15 games. Don't judge him now. I know this is the hot point and the sheepism, what people do. They look at the media, they take out little stats, and they throw it in the airways and say, oh, look at him, Gary Neville. La, 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 la. Guys, calm down. It's his second game in the season. He came in an absolute shit show last January. He didn't want to come in January. He was forced to come in January because otherwise he would have lost the opportunity to manage Man United. You can't blame him for last season entirely. You can't do that. It weren't his squad. It's still not his squad. Right now, we've got 3 players. What's that? You know, we still got the players there that played under Eric Ten Hag and had a minus goal difference. You know, we still got those players. So don't judge Ruben Amorim yet. Judge him later on. Judge him later on. And I will hold my hands up. I'll be the first one to hold my hands up and say, you know what, you're right. But not yet. Revert 7. I'm always fair with our players, but when Dalot comes on against Fulham, he was an absolute train wreck. I agree with that. Revert 7. Absolutely, mate. Agree 100% with that. Good day, Jeff. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well, fans. What a shocker over the past weekend. We really need him mid. The guys need to step up. That penalty was a real shocker. I agree. Big up, Jeff. Good to see you, my friend. Mainu to leave on loan, apparently. I hope not, mate. I don't think so, Wayne. I don't think it's going to happen, Wayne. Big up, Wayne, though. Simon, people need to get over the Fernandes to Saudi. He said he isn't going there. Family doesn't want to go. So Saudi is dead in the winter. It depends, mate. I heard, Simon, that Jim Ratcliffe is going to have a talk with him. That we need to send him. Ruben Amorim said, and Simon, you can't mention his family because I know his family. I worked with his brother for 2 years. You know that at East Surrey Hospital. I worked with him for 2 years. So I know the family, right? They wouldn't mind moving to Saudi Arabia. They wouldn't. Bruno also said that if I'm no longer needed, I will leave. And that's it. And if it's the only choice to leave, he will leave. If he's told Bruno Fernandes is the character. If Jim Ratcliffe went to him and said, look, mate, we got money for you. We got 100 million bid. I think it's better if you leave. He will leave. Trust me, I know the character. He will leave, even if it is Saudi Arabia. But do I think he will leave, Simon? No. It's too late. We ain't got time. That's it. And that's what I would say. He's not going to leave. So, yeah. It's kind of agree with you, Simon, but it's kind of. Kenny, Ahmad should have played in the 10 in the second half. I think Ahmad should be on the bench, Kenny. We need to leave, but at the end of the day, how are you going to play him in number 10 when you got Mbeumo and Cunha? He's still our best right winger, by the way. He is our best right winger. Dalot is a no-existent. Unless you play Ahmad in a 3 and the number 10s. In a 3 number 10s, I'm not dropping Mbeumo and Cunha for Ahmad. Ahmad's a winger. He's not a number 10. He's not technically astute to play through balls and things like that. He's a runner. He's a glorified Aaron Lennon. Sorry. Guys. Easton. I think Wilcott should save Amorim from himself and in the result, save Manchester United. We need a new set of midfielders and fresh start. Every amount of, United should be out. United out for me. Not Bruno. I mean, he's been there 8 months. Let's not go on the manager. That's nothing to do with his. Half that team is not his, Easton, mate. That's unintelligent commenting if we want Ruben Amorim out. We want to change coaches, but don't think how poor the performances are from the players. Exactly, Jeff. Exactly. I heard different, Ellen, and I know his family. All right, that's all I would say. I know his family. No more Mount as a false number 9. We bought in a striker, so use him. I agree, Marky Mark. Spot on, Marky Mark, as usual, my guy. Change the captaincy. Should make Mbeumo captain. Delict for me, I would say. Simon, stop being us out. You sound like a bullshitter. Who's Simon? Speak up, Stevie77. Who's that? Which one? I got a couple of Simons. Chuninho, fans have short memories. Every season we clamour for Bruno to be dropped. And when it happens, we look worse. Actually, he's been dropped once in a year, Chuninho. So when does it happen? The last time we dropped Bruno, guys, and this is where you need to get your facts straight. We won 7-1 against Barnsley. So let's stop this defence league. He's cost us 3 games in a row. Tottenham in the Europa League final. Arsenal winning it in the Premier League, Fulham in the Premier League. Gave away the ball twice for the corner and for the goal. Sesko will start tomorrow. I hope so. Big up. Sal, I don't know why we bought number 10s when we already have that position covered, because I don't think that Ruben Amorim believes in Bruno as a number 10. I don't think Ruben Amorim believes in Bruno Fernandes' press in the number 10 area. So that's why. Ruben Amorim plays a very press-ridden game, you know. Bye, Belabor. If only it's easier said than done, guys. Absolutely. If only it was easier said than done, guys. Absolutely. Red Fred. I watch a lot of MUC channel. Yours is the only one I watch to the end. Awesome show. Thank you so much, Red Fred 55. You're an absolute legend. And thank you for being a member. Got some great material coming for you, my guy, Red Fred 77. Big up yourself. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you, my guy. Absolutely do, of course. Big up, Simon Cowie. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, of course. Big up everyone in the stream, guys. Big up everyone in the stream. I hope everyone is good. And Ellen, thank you for the lovely super chat, Ellen. I really appreciate you. We had a great chat last night. It was lovely. It was great. Thank you so much again. And guys, every single one of you, thank you for supporting the channel, guys. Really, really appreciate that. Absolutely, guys. Thank you, Ellen. And on that note, on that lovely positive note, guys, glory, glory, Man United. We will be back later on for Chatterbox if nothing else breaks. If it does, I will be live, guys. Guys, I've had nearly 200 people online. I've had over 200 people online today. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new and smash a like on the video, guys. If you guys can possibly do that for me, we should have at least 100 likes, guys. Come on, guys. Let's build it up. Keep the likes. Show some love. Show some love. I'm Sal Warner. This is Breaking Dawn, and I'll see you later, whatever happens, guys. Have a great day. See you soon. Peace.